Hey everybody, it's me, Branson Booker. Welcome to today's video. Now, before I get into this, last year I did, back in May, and it's still in my videos, I did this review on the Boston Acoustics BA635 speaker system. Well, I was watching it again, and I think I could do a better job on it. I really didn't go in detail, and there's so much awesomeness in this system that I didn't even get to tell you all about it. I just said some blah and gave you a sound demo, and that's it. So you know what? I thought I could do better. So if you haven't checked that video out, you still can, but I'm going to delete it on June 29th. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But it's going to be replaced with this one. Here's a more detailed, in-depth review of the 1998 Boston Acoustics BA635 powered speaker system. Once again, from Boston Acoustics, and that's another error I made in my first review. I said it was from the early 2000s. This system is from 1998. It went from 1998 well into 2003-ish, 2004 they discontinued it. And I have it right here. There's the speaker system. But it's the same thing in my first review. I do not have the left satellite speaker. I only have the right. But I'm going to get into that in a minute. This is the original instruction manual for the speakers. I was able to find it online and print it out. Okay, here's some of the specs on these speakers. Okay, the maximum sound pressure level is 96 dB, which is okay. I mean, it's not bone-shattering loud, but it does get pretty loud. And then it says the plug, the weight, the finish, computer gray. Computer gray was standard at the time. They also made this system in black. So there was two colors that came. There was the standard computer gray, and then they also made a black speaker system. Same component, same everything, just different color. Okay, and this is description. BA635 by Boston Acoustics, blah, 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 blah. With the little 3.5 millimeter jack, you can hook it up to a TV, CD player, VCR, whatever has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. This system will work perfectly with it. Or what I like to do is I have this thing right here. I got this from Radio Shack. Well, I got most of these from Radio Shack. So I got my two stereo plugs. This goes, my DVD player comes with two stereo plugs, right? So the red goes in here, white goes in here. And then I have a 1/4 inch jack, because this only takes 1/4 inch. This plug, I can take this off. As you can see, this only takes 1/4 inch. Okay, to hook it into my speakers, I put this adapter on. And then I can come over here, take my 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, stick it right in here, and then I'll have sound from my DVD player, my game system, all of that stuff, and music. I use my system for. And yes, it does get used on movies, music, all of that. So it's really easy. Just take it out. So that's how I connect my system. But like I said, if you're not using it for movies or games, you can just plug it into your CD player or computer or whatever, and it'll work fine like that too. Okay, so let's take a more detailed look at the speakers themselves. So as you can see, here they are. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. Oh, I'm blocking the light. There they are. You got the subwoofer to my right, probably your left, and then the little satellite speaker. Yes, these did come with little pedestals, they called them, and they looked like they were shaped like little bees, little V pedestals. But as you can see, I do not have it anymore. I don't know. When I got these, a lot of stuff was missing with it. The stands, the left speaker. So really, but you don't need it. You just have to prop it up somehow. I got it just sitting. It'll just, I mean, it'll work without the pedestal. You don't even need it. Just lean it on its side. And then here's the subwoofer. The subwoofer I read in the manual. Yes, please read the manual. The subwoofer has 3 power amps inside the one sub. 1 for the subwoofer and 2 for the satellites. So power is sent through from the sub out to little satellites there. And if you try to plug these satellites into another source, I guess with a stereo jack, they will not work because they need power. So they only work with the subwoofer. Let's take a detailed look at the sub. Can you all see that? Yeah. Let's get my light up. Detailed look at the sub. Okay, so you got the AC power adapter in to get it power. You got the white plug for the left speaker, the red plug for the white speaker. The purple cable is the input plug. So that is coming from this. So this goes in there as so does the red cable goes in there. And then you have your subwoofer level where you can turn the sub up or turn it off. I keep it in the middle because that's where it sounds best. In the middle or minimum. Maximum, I would not recommend turning the sub at maximum because it starts to get really, really muddy and it does not sound good at all. It gets so muddy. So if you prefer more bass in your system, I wouldn't really recommend this system. I would go for maybe Eclipse Pro Media. That's a bass heavy system. This system can give you some punch, but like I said, if you turn the sub at max, you're going to get really muddy bass, and that does not sound good. Let's see. Okay. The cable is very, very long. As you can see, you probably can't, but I'll show you the best I can. There's cable stuck in the back of the sub right here, and I had to set it up because there's so much cable with this system. So much cable can be a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing, especially with systems like this for computers back in the day, is you had long enough cable so you can go down to wherever your computer was and plug the system right in. The bad part about it was the cords can get easily mixed up into other things, and it's hard to untangle all of those cords and wires and stuff. So what I did was that, as you can see, I'm already crowding up the back, so that's why I had to turn the sub around. But I put some tape on it so there wouldn't be so many cords everywhere, and I stuffed it back there. So that's how I did to solve it, and you can do that too. If you don't use all the cord, just wrap it up in some tape or something so it won't get tangled or it won't get mixed up with your other keyboard and microphone or game system wires stuffed in the back of your computer. And then the power cord is also long, so that can go about a mile. So once again, I just stuffed it because I don't need all of it. I got a power adapter over here to turn them on. Alright, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about is sound. The sound on this system, especially for a 1998 computer system, is absolutely amazing. And no, I'm not just saying that because I love the 90s. I'm saying that because it is absolutely true. This system, I said in the video before this, I'm like, this system sounds better with just a speaker and a sub. That's a true statement, but it even sounds better with both speakers and sub. I mean, you somewhat get the full experience with the one speaker and the subwoofer, but if you had both, of course you would get stereo, and your games would be in stereo, and everything would be in stereo instead of just mono for one speaker and one sub. But yesterday I watched the Rugrats movie on this system, and it sounded really good just with the one speaker and the subwoofer. Once again, the bass is plentiful on this system. It does get bassy. It can bring out those big explosions that you love to hear in action movies. It's great for gaming. Of course, it's awesome for music. But like I said, this sub can go to a limit, and it cannot be pushed past this max. Once again, if you turn this up all the way, you're going to get really muddy bass, and that does not sound good at all. And another thing I recommend, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, another thing I recommend is if you have the subwoofer, I would recommend facing it towards a wall or on the side, because that's just better bass response. So as you can see, I don't have this sub facing towards its front. All that is the front is just a grill and the name Boston Acoustics, and then a little bass port. I faced it against the wall because not only do I get better bass response, but the bass bounces around in here, and it kind of gets a little it just makes it sound a lot better and more balanced how I like it. And you can set it up how you like it. But I would recommend facing it towards a wall, or if you behind your computer, maybe just turn it around facing the wall, or on the floor. On the floor is a good spot for it, facing the wall or the side, because you'll just get better bass response, and it just you can hear the bass more better. So this is my detailed review. Oh, and here's the volume control. And yes, this system does get loud, no distortion. And that was my full review of the Boston Acoustics 635 speaker system. It's a better review, it's a detailed review, and I hope you enjoyed it better than the other one. I know I did. It's a great system. They still sell it. If you can get your hands on it, you need to, because it's limited. So go out and go buy it. It's a great system. From 1998, it's the Boston Acoustics speaker system. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, one more thing. If you're hooking the system up to a radio, please do not press the bass boost button, because then the bass from the subwoofer gets all distorted. So, yeah, just my little... That's what I did the last time, and I was wondering, I'm like, what the heck? Why is there so much distortion? Turns out I was overloading the sub, and thank God I didn't blow it. And that's why I actually took it out of the game room, but just a little tidbit of information. Thanks for watching.